Take a look at this code. The cursor is currently at the beginning of the console.writeLine method. Let's say you want to select console and writeLine. Many developers who are not comfortable with keyboard switch to mouse here. So they select the text using drag and drop, like this. Let's see how we can select the console and writeLine without using the mouse. With the cursor here at the beginning of the line, you can hold down the Shift key and then press the right arrow, like this. This is the simplest way of selecting text, and I guess you already know that anyway. So let's take a look at a faster way of doing this. Earlier, you learned that the Control key represents a word boundary. I showed you how you can use the Control key to move the cursor one word at a time. Let's review. So I'm holding down the Control key now and then press the right arrow. The cursor moves one word to the right. See? Now back to our example, I was going to show you a quick way to select the console and writeLine. The cursor is here at the beginning of the line. Now we hold down the Shift key to activate the selection and then use the Control and right arrow to move the cursor one word to the right. Isn't that easier? Let's look at it again. What if you want to select the entire line? Earlier, you learned that the Home and End keys represent the beginning and the end of the current line. So if you want to select the entire line, you can just put the cursor here at the beginning and then hold down the Shift to activate the selection and then press the End key to move the cursor to the end of the line, like this. Or similarly, if the cursor is here at the end of the line, you can hold down the Shift to activate the selection and then press the Home to move the cursor to the beginning of the line. But wait a sec, why do you want to select the entire line? Chances are you're not selecting it just for the sake of selecting it. You most likely want to copy or cut it and then paste it somewhere else. If that's the case, you don't even need to select the entire line. Let me prove this to you. Let's say I want to copy this line and then paste it. Did you see? Did I select anything? No. I just pressed Ctrl-C for selecting the current line and then Ctrl-V to paste it. If you want to cut the line, you can just press Ctrl-X. Let's look at another trick. Let's say you want to select everything from console to the end of the line. You can put the cursor here at the beginning of the console, then you press the Shift key to activate the selection and then the End key to move the cursor to the end of the line. Or you can press Shift and then Home to select everything from the beginning of the line to where the cursor currently is. There you go. And here's the last trick for this lecture. If you want to select everything in this file, simply press Ctrl and A, as in short for all. So let's recap. Press the Shift key to activate the selection. Based on where you move the cursor to, you can select the text. You can move the cursor with arrows one character at a time, but that's slow. Instead, hold down the Shift and Control keys and then use the arrows to select one word at a time. You can also use Shift and End to select anything from where the cursor currently is to the end of the line. If you want to copy or cut the current line, you don't need to select anything. Just press Ctrl-C for copying and Ctrl-X for cutting. And finally, to select everything in the current file, press Ctrl and A.